the PDF downloads of the African Dialogues, Volumes 1 and 2 are in the links below the description of this video. Charles, you've often used the symbol of the sun in the sky, which represents the All-Is. Does it mean that the ancient Egyptians and other races were right in their worship of Ra, the sun god, and some allegations that Christians, through hidden symbolism, worshipped the sun? Where do you place the worship of the sun, Ra, the sun god, with your comparison of the All-Is and the sun? Duane responds, again is the challenge to sort things out. I see the sun as the best reference. There's a difference. What you're looking at in history are created ideas that people look to. They create an idea like Ra, the sun god. That's a created idea and not a reference. This created idea then becomes suddenly the sun god that we all look to. They're using the sun idea, but not actually the sun itself. What I'm using is the sun as a reference to the true reality. That's as far as it goes. It's not an idea that's created about it. There's a very subtle difference to recognize this. Most literal people, and especially historians, are going to think how Duane is referring to the same thing and worshipping the sun. I don't say anywhere that we're worshipping anything. It's a reference, and you need to recognize what the reference is demonstrating. I'm not creating ideas. It's a reference and a demonstration, and not creating an idea that becomes a distorted reality, as has in the past, and people are still looking to it. Just like the God idea, it's just a created idea. There really aren't any gods. But if you want the Callum God, or anybody to be your God, then you can. If you want to choose the personality, the God worshippers don't know who their God is, and if they saw the Callum God, they wouldn't identify with that. The reality of who created that idea, etc., and who represents that idea. They wouldn't accept that, but they will accept the created idea that's really a fantasy in their mind that they believe in. I see the difference. The sun in the sky is a rock on fire, and that's really what it is. As you see it in the sky, what you're really looking at is atmosphere, because at night you see through the atmosphere. During the daytime, the sun's reflecting off the atmosphere, etc., and so you have this so-called blue sky. But that's atmosphere you're looking at. That's not an idea. That's really the atmosphere. And I like the visual of the sun coming through the atmosphere, because it lights up everything. That's the idea. Again, it's a reference, and not a created idea to look to. That's not the idea. Again, the literal mind will take it as such, because they're one-dimensional. That's all they know, and everything is black and white. So they will think this, limit themselves to it, and never see the true reality life is, because they've decided not to see it. They want to see the idea that they have created about it. These things we're experiencing in creation are references, and if people want to personally decide that they are their reality, they can do that. But it's all reference to the isness life is. All of it is. This is where the distortion, the confrontation, and all these things take place, because people hound each other with their decided reality, when realistically what we are experiencing here are simply references to the true reality. till finally we get the opportunity to figure that out like never before. We've come through all these ideas, and that's all they are. To finally recognize, see, and be with this true reality. There becomes the difference. Again, each person decides that, and those that control others are going to make all this funny stuff to get people to agree that it is their reality. Then they will bait people against each other. It's an old trick to control others and steal what they have. This is the world today. But again, everything's a reference. The sun is a reference, and everything else here is also a reference, and that's all it is. But if you think you're just a physical body with a mind and brain, then that's what you are, and you will continue to be that as long as you consider it, when really there's a whole lot more, and it's a whole lot better.